Hey guys, Dan the Cardman back again. As mentioned in my video probably a week ago now, when I did the Holochrome unboxing, I mentioned that I'd be doing a comparison between like what the differences are actually in the cards between the Chromium and Holochrome Archive editions. I don't think that's been done before, or maybe hasn't been done super clear, so I thought I'd probably just do that for you guys. Would have been helpful for me to see this a while ago because I wasn't sure what the difference was myself until I actually busted these two boxes. So as you can tell, let's start with the boxes. The difference between the boxes themselves is quite subtle. When you look at them at a glance, like obviously this one says Chromium, this one says Holochrome. The box art is the same. I'll flip through them. You obviously got the Vegeta and the Z Fighters on this side. So if you can hear stuff, I've got the doubles in the box. Sorry, but yeah, you can see that the front is the same. Box size is the same again, and then the back is the same again. So the only difference on the back, you can obviously see the difference between the boxes a little bit more clear on the back. But they both contain the exact same base set, they both contain the exact same inserts, and they both contain the exact same stickers. There's differences between the cards, which I'll get to in a second, but they're exactly the same card sets, just they have a different refractor applied to each. The only difference in terms of wording on the box is that the inserts in the Chromium are Holochrome, whereas the inserts in the Holochrome box are ripple foils. Now, the key difference between the box, and it'll give you an indication of what the differences are between the cards as well. This box is obviously, it's gloss, but there's no refractor on it. But the Holochrome box, as you can see, there's a rainbow refractor applied to the whole box. So on every side, the whole box itself, right, it's got that rainbow refractor to it. And that's basically what the differences are between the two cards. The cards are exactly the same images, except these Holochromes have a rainbow refractor applied to the background. You can see a little bit more clear on the bottom right, you've got that full rainbow effect. Whereas on this, it's just plain white. The other thing to point out is basically these 9 Holochrome inserts that you get as the chase cards, which is like 4 to 5 per box. Sorry, 4 per box. I got 5 in this one, which was pretty lucky. But those Holochrome cards are the same inserts as what's in here, except they have the Holochrome insert that the base cards in this set have. The ripple foil looks slightly different. I don't think it looks that special, to be honest. I think the Holochrome looks better, which I'll get to that comparison in a second. Yeah, so I just thought I'd start with the boxes. And there's the tops as well. Sorry, I didn't get to that earlier. Again, you can see the rainbow refractor on it. So I'll put the boxes to the side. We can start with some of the base cards and to see what the differences are between those. So I'll go one by one. I've just gone through my duplicates. I've got a full set of these. I'm missing a couple in here. From what I left some boxes unopened from the Chromium, just because it got a bit repetitive and it looked like I hit all the chase cards, so I wasn't super keen on opening anymore. But it looks like you do get one full base set per box. I was lucky enough to get the Holochrome. So, yeah, for the Holochrome. So this is the Chromium. This is the back of the card. This is number 3 from the set. And you can see that, I mentioned before, these cards are like really high gloss. They look really nice in person. They're really thick. The backgrounds look textured, but the whole card is smooth. It gives it that depth. It looks like unbelievable in person. You can probably see a few scratches on there. That's really common with these cards. Like Pack Fresh, you'll have scratches on them. So if you can pick one up, or you see one that's graded in PSA, for example, as a high grade, snap it up, because these cards are almost impossible to get in good condition. And then now you'll see the same card in Holochrome, and you can probably already see the difference, like I mentioned on the box. It just has that rainbow refractor in the background. So it's exactly the same card. If I put them side by side, you'll see that they're both got the same textures in them, except the Holochrome has that rainbow refractor. It looks better on some cards than not. Like, I still think the Chromiums look just as nice, but the rainbow's nice as well, right? And then if you look at the backs, it's exactly the same. Like I believe even the date stamps are the same. They just both printed at exactly the same time, and just must have had an extra layer of refractor applied. It's pretty interesting because Series 2 and 3 boxes, I've mentioned a few times, they come in 2 types. So they released 2 booster boxes at the same time. One that had 8 cards per pack, one that had 5, and the one that had 8 cards had gold inserts, like a gold chase card, whereas the one that had 5 cards had a silver. So it looks like they did basically the order of the cards where you had Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, then the Chromium Holochrome came out. Chromium and Holochrome basically reprint the cards that are in those 3 sets, but in a much nicer quality, a nicer format. And then Series 4. So it looks like they kept the tradition that they applied with Series 2 and 3 by having 2 sets of booster boxes, one being more expensive than the other. So I guess that's why they duplicated the sets at the same time. So put these aside. You see I've got 2 more here. Just Goku in his beekeeper hat. You can just see the rainbow very clearly. You can probably, and this isn't the example I had earlier, right? Or what I mentioned earlier, where you've got like a really nice textured card that looks good in the Chromium. It probably looks slightly better in the Holochrome. Just because of that rainbow background, I think it looks nice. And it's also mentioning as well that the stickers have the same approach applied to them as well. Whereas I've mentioned these in the other videos, that the stickers you get in here, in these 2 sets, they're basically a reprint of the 80 base cards, except they're in sticker form. So I didn't have any duplicates of stickers across the 2 sets to show you, but just follow the same principle that's with these, where you have the same card in the Holochrome, but it'll have that rainbow refractor, so you can see there again. Gohan. Then we got Chi-Chi and the Ox King coming up next. Again, you can see it looks a lot better with the rainbow background. There's some cards with like Super Saiyan Goku and stuff where I think the Chromium looks maybe a little bit better, or like they look equally as good. It just works on some cards, it doesn't work on the others. But as you can see, that's the difference, that rainbow refractor. So I'll go through pretty quick through these because it's pretty self-explanatory, right? You can see that rainbow again. So yeah, like I said, if you're indecisive on which one you want to buy, like obviously if you're a collector, you want to try and complete both sets like I am. But if it's one or the other, I'd spend probably a little bit extra money and get the Holochrome set, just because it looks a little bit nicer with like some of the cooler images. Like this one, for example, I don't think the Holochrome looks that much better. Like obviously the rainbow refractor is nice to have, but you can barely see it working with this background just because it's so textured. Like it's still there, but it doesn't look as good as some of the others. Whereas this Ginyu Force one, on the other hand, I think looks absolutely sick with this Holochrome background. Right? That looks awesome. Sorry guys, you can probably hear my PC fan going crazy in the background. I do apologize. And this is another one where the rainbow refractor looks good, but it doesn't look as good. Just depends on the image itself. We got one here of Super Saiyan Goku. Again, it doesn't, like it's there, but it doesn't work as well as some of the others. So yeah, I think it's just because of this, there's like so much texture, so it impacts its ability to like refract. And then finally we've got one, oh shit, sorry. One here of Goku and Krillin. So if you recall back to my unboxing actually, while we're here, I mentioned that this image doesn't look like it's from Namek, right? It looks very familiar to me. I think it's from one of the cooler movies. Or one of the early Dragon Ball Z movies. And if you look at the back, it talks about like him fighting Frieza at 50%. Oh, sorry, I'm holding it like a bullfed. You can see that it talks about Goku fighting Frieza at 50%. But there's actually some other Dragon Ball Z cards, Dragon Ball Z film cards that came out a couple years later that reprinted all the Dragon Ball Z movie scenes. And you can see here that this is one of them. Oh, crap, I can't hold cards today. Goku and Krillin. It's the exact same card, right? Sorry, and I should mention these film cards, they're all like this, where they'll be basically a big card with a cutout, and it'll be a clear cell panel or something in there. And then, it's from the Lord Slug movie. My apologies. Not from the Cooler movie. I'll be doing an unboxing of some film cards in the coming days. I've got a whole bunch of them already. There's a few. I bought some sealed boxes purely for the collection to bust, to try and fill out the set. But it's pretty interesting, right? Where they call out these being from specific moment in the arc, but it's actually from a movie. So those are the base cards. I've got a quick example of the difference in the chase cards. Let me just quickly clean this up. And if you're interested in seeing my collection, let me know in the comments below. I've got a really cool binder with them all in there. I'll be showing that shortly. I'm just waiting to fill out a bit more, but if you want to see it, like I say, the collection now, I'm happy to do that. So, before we get to that one, so this is the Holochrome chase card from the Chromium set. So as you can see, Like the chase cards themselves have a pink back, and they got that like special 09. There's 9 chase cards in each set, as it's said on the back of the box. So you can see it's purple back, that's how you know. And then basically, as opposed to having like the standard chromium background, the chase cards have the holochrome rainbow effect, which looks nice, right? And they look a little bit better on these chase cards than they do on these. I think it just might be because of the style of the chase card itself. It's not textured, it's smooth, so it works really well. You get the same chase cards, obviously, in the hologram set, which are ripple foils. And you can see there that rather than being like the holochrome, that super like crazy rainbow refractor, it's sort of like they explain in ripples, almost like laser beams that are shooting through the background of the card. Let me take out the sleeve, maybe you can see it a bit better. Like you can see as I move it around, they just zoom all over the place, like almost looks waved, like ripples, which is pretty interesting, right? I'm not sure if it looks as good as the holochrome. Like, I think they could have maybe done a little bit better with their ripple foils, maybe given it more texture or something. But yeah, it's different, so it's another one to collect, right? It's how they get our money. So that's it. As I mentioned, quick video today, just to do that comparison for you. If there's any other questions you want me to clarify, please comment below, let me know. As always, like, subscribe. I'm trying to build up the channel, so I appreciate the support. I've got a 2-part unboxing coming up, 2 videos on a Series 3 sealed booster box. I'm trying to chase some clear cards in that, so it'll be interesting to check that out. That should pop up a couple days apart towards the back end of next week. And then, like I said, I've got some Dragonball Z film cards on the way as well. Try and do something with that. And then I think things might slow down a little bit because booster boxes are getting a bit harder to find and they're quite expensive, the ones that are available. So it might just be sticking to things like mail days and stuff for the time being, and state of the collections, and talking through some of the cards that are interesting. I've sent off some for grading. I'll be sending more off for grading, so there'll be videos surrounding that. But in terms of unboxings, it might just be limited to the film cards for now and booster packs here and there. But if I see a lot of peaked interest, I'll probably start chasing them a bit harder. But the plan long term is to try and get a full set of Series 1 to 4, along with the Chromium and Holochromes, and then so on and so forth. I'm not chasing the stickers for these because you get 1 per pack, and there's 80 unique stickers across each set, and like to open that many packs is mental. I'll just wait to see they come up for sale. Same with the inserts. I'm not going to actively chase these. I think the duplicates I've put on my eBay store for sale. I've got 3 unique ones from the Holochrome set, and then 2 unique ones from the Chromium set. So when they arrive, they arrive. When I see more for purchase, I'll get them, but I'm not going to actively chase them. The boxes are too expensive, and you get 3 or 4 per box. It's probably not worth busting them yourself unless you can find them really cheap. So that's it. Cheers, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you enjoy my videos, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.